Hello and welcome back to Mellow Miniatures. As you'll see in front of us today we have an Elegoo Mars Pro. This is something I bought recently, I've been playing around with and waiting to be able to make a video for you guys. So we're going to be looking at resin printing some miniatures for you guys today. So I've moved the camera a little further forward than where it was before, just so you guys can see the screen a little better and see what I'm doing when I'm printing. So I've leveled everything out and the resin's in the tank just above the camera. So we're going to go to print the file No Clues Here. I mean, there's a small clue, but they're small enough that you can't quite tell what they are, just to keep it a secret, and we press play. Now you'll see, if I lift you guys up, there goes the print bed into the resin. Okay, so it's in all the way, and then we go back to the screen. I'm printing that. See if I can zoom you in a bit. There's 1 hour 44 left. We're on layer 1 of 389. So I guess I'll see you guys in 1 hour and 44. And just like that, we're back around 1 hour and 55 later. So it's taken slightly longer than I thought it might. And you can hear the bed just lifting up and getting ready for me to clean the models now. So we'll wait for it to lift. It's very nearly there. We are. So printing done. Elapsed 1 hour 54 minutes. So we confirm that, and we're ready to get the models cleaned up. So I'll see you after they're clean. We have 6 miniatures, 3 there, 3 there, and their bases. And if these miniatures look tiny, it's because they are. This was a real testament to make sure your print settings are correct before printing. I didn't, but either way they are still incredibly detailed for the size they are. Now the 6 miniatures I have here are the 6 Cluedo characters, modelled by Daniel Schoenemann. So we have Mrs. Peacock here, this one. We have Miss White, Miss Scarlet. This is Professor Plum, Reverend Green, and Colonel Mustard. So if we take a look at Colonel Mustard, for example, here, and just bring him closer to the lens, you can see his military outfit there. He is missing the cane, but you know, what can you expect from printing at this sort of scale? So that's Colonel Mustard. If we take a look at Miss Scarlet, you can see her hair's modelled really well, her dress, her cigarette has smoke coming out of the end of it, even at this scale. Miss White, printed perfectly. She's a waitress in this. I don't know if that's Daniel's own take on it, or if that's one of the modern sculpts or what, but she's a waitress, and she does have a tray, which I managed to break when cleaning, which I can't get it off the napkin that they're on, but it is that tiny little circle there. All in all, these miniatures are perfect, and I think it's time to give them another shot. Maybe slightly bigger this time. Okay, so I'm back. We're almost a week later, so the guys have been primed properly and have been cleaned up, cured, and they're all ready for painting. So these guys turned out a lot nicer than the last group. If we just pick up Reverend Green here and focus him up for you, you see the lovely detail that's been put onto this miniature. Detailed bases, and you can just see the size difference between the two of them there. So these guys, I got all 6 of these based up and everything as well. I'm going to paint these up, not to the same standard that these kind of guys will be painted, but there we have Reverend Green, looking very nice, very cool. We have the lovely Mrs. Peacock, again in her big old coat. We have the very delicate Miss White, who only just stands on the base that she's got there, but you can see, there we are, you can see her outfit and her tray. Managed to keep that on this time. Colonel Mustard we've got next. You can see that uniform a bit clearer now, and he's got his cane, which didn't quite print properly and slipped a couple of times, but nonetheless still a really good miniature. We've got the Miss Scarlet next. You can see that cigarette smoke, slightly clearer now, and her dress. And we have Professor Plum here, who I did struggle with priming because I got to the last sort of few sprays of the can, so I had to knock all the primer off and start again. So you can see that some of it's not quite as detailed as maybe it should be. So I might give them a reprint, I might not, I'm not sure. I must say that these guys didn't quite print quite so clearly, and I'll show you the first attempt at these. So here is the first Colonel Mustard, who you can see is missing a head and half of the cane. We have the first Reverend Green. I said the first, I suppose they're both the second ones, but these are the first of the proper size ones. As the first Reverend Green, you can see his arm got a little flat there, and you can see Professor Plum, who also had the flat arm issue. Here we have Miss White. Here we have Mrs. Peacock, and here we have Miss Scarlet. You can see there's that, whatever that was, and that, which I think may have been the tray, I'm not sure. There's a few different things like this. They didn't work, as you can tell. They didn't adhere to the build plate properly. They were missing supports, so the girls didn't print properly. The guys seemed almost fine apart from the 2 arms that messed up. Other than that, I think they're ready. Here we are with the full collection. 12 miniatures, I suppose. Supposed to be 6 miniatures. They are all really nice sculpts, and I'm really glad that I printed them. Stay tuned, as we have another video coming soon where I'm going to paint them up. I'm going to paint up the entire 12 of them and see how we get on. And with that being said, I think we're done here. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.